Yo, what's going on? I'm just gonna walk you through the steps to implement a mod that I've made in Remastered to basically make units more visible. Because something that was very easy to see in the original Road to War was what unit are you looking at when you're just looking down, and especially when there's like a cav fight, where are my units, where are the enemy units? Um, because that helps you, tell how a cav fight is going if you can see the number of models and where the models are, fighting. If they're starting to surround the enemy, you're obviously winning. You have more numbers, and just like make it easier to see where your units versus enemy units are positioning, all that kind of thing. At the moment, it's only for cav units, but um, it will obviously be extended to other units. It's easy to do cav units though because by changing the color of the horse and the saddle, then you will be able to see quite quickly, the unit. Whereas archers and infantrymen, you have to change the unit model, which is a bit harder. So quickly, I'll show you um, what has happened. So what the mod does. I put it in morning or evening because it makes the color differences a bit more pronounced. I have a bunch of factions here. Might change. I mean, there's so many rooms. Let's do a Pontus just to get a few more of the colors in there because Pontus is pretty cool. I've tried to. I mean, I haven't tried that hard in the colors. Obviously, the colors of the horses and saddles will match the faction more or less. But obviously, there's like Thrace, Numidia looks pretty similar. Pontus also blue. Carthage and Selly both kind of gray white. So there's a lot of overlap. And the thing is, if you're in the bright sunny midday, you like the reflection will make darker colors seem a bit lighter, and so it's a bit harder to tell the difference. But anyway, let's get right into it. I'll get some Cappadocians too, because they also work. Okay, so let's just quickly look at the difference. Obviously, I don't have the normal one ready to show at the moment, so you can compare with your own game, obviously. But I'll let it load here. And okay. So yeah, quite a big difference straight from the beginning. So over here's Pont, and Pontus has like, I mean, if we zoom in, you can see the horses are just fucking colored, which is hilarious. It doesn't really work that well because the horses have different colors. You can see there's like beige horses and gray and orange, like brown horses, and there's also white horses. So the colors do change slightly. You can see Pontus, the saddles are nice and colored. Here's the Brudii, or Brudii Scipii. And you can see the coloring works pretty nice. From far away, this is max zoom. It's pretty easy to see the difference. Parthia, pink, the mercenary units have green horses there. Even like Selly versus Carthage, it's pretty clear what the difference is. Something like Numidia versus Pontus, also again pretty easy, versus Scipii, right? All the blues, if you start the battle, you can see Thrace. Over here. Yeah, like Thrace versus Numidia, it's kind of similar, but you can tell this is a bit lighter color, which, yeah, looking at it is indeed the case. And looking over this, yeah, a bit darker. But yeah, pretty similar, so that might have to be changed. I just don't want to use dark colors in general, because they won't be as obvious. Like, you can see the hot pink of Parthia here, very, very clear. The bright blue of Pont, very easy to see. The red and the blue for the Romans, also very easy to see. So that's what the mod does. It's obviously very helpful. I'll go show you now. I recorded a game that I played with Luke, just a Rome versus Rome. So let's go look at that. Oh, no, that's the current. Fuck. Hopefully that doesn't break my shit. Here's the replay, so let me skip to the cav fight. So you can see, before it would be very difficult, it would be impossible, actually, to tell the difference between my Praetorians versus Luke's Praetorians. But now it's like very fucking obvious. You can see when there are models dropped on the ground here. That's an enemy dead cavalryman. There's one over there as well. So that's nice. So now, okay, here comes the actual fight. So you can see now when they actually charge in on the blobs, you can very clearly see the models there of my cav versus his. Again, here you can see my cav slicing through and chasing this unit. It's very clear where those models are. And before it was definitely unclear, so That's yeah, that's the difference. So yeah, I mean, you can see in this catfight here, very clear where my guys are, where his guys are, and that's, yeah, I think that's basically the entire point of the mod. And obviously, you can see the archers in the background here. There's not many of them because the archer war already happened, but you can't really see so clearly. So next thing to do is to change the archers to have more of the faction color in them. But this is obviously much better. The bodies are kind of hilarious on the ground. It's like a fucking 3D movie, red and blue. But you can easily see who got the better of different fights. Um, and yeah, so that's pretty much how that works. So, what do you need to do to actually download the mod? Because you can see me and Luke, well, I guess we technically both had it running, but if you just install the mod from the workshop, which will be linked in the description, then you can't play online battles unless someone else has it. But I can 100% tell you that there is a way to play online battles with this enabled. You just have to take the textures from the mod and put them in your game file. So let's go through that. So if we go to Steam, Remastered Workshop, I don't know how to find my own files. Oh, yeah, I actually do. Huh. So yeah, here's the mod. You subscribe to it. Nice, yes, do this. That's step one. And that'll allow you to activate the mod when you go to the launcher. So I'm doing this, yes, I'm going to the launcher, and you'll see it right here. Not cookies unlocked, but improved unit visibility v1. So that's there. But again, that's not ideal because you can't play online unless everybody's using it in the game. So instead, once you subscribe, you find your mod folder. So the directory is wherever your remaster is. So I have two different Steam folders. One's in my D drive, but let's say your main Steam, you know, the way to get the path to get to your Steam. Instead of going to like common, which where you would find like all other games, you go to workshop and then content, and then you have to scan through the folders. Now, so we look here, that's not the right thing. So shit, let's go to a different folder. My mod ends in 669, so that's the way to find it. 669 are the last three digits. You go here. Okay, so this is inside the mod now. Go into data, follow this all the way. Here are all the textures that I implemented to the game. So you're going to copy them. Copy, copy, copy. And you're going to navigate now to your game file. So this is, again, from D, Program Files, Steam, Steam Apps, Common. Now not going to Workshop, but Common, Remastered, Contents, Resources, Data, Data, and now you're going to go to Animals, Textures, and then here we are. Now obviously I already have them installed, but I would paste, replace, and you're good. Now, you do not need to check the mod when you go in. You know, it'll literally change the base file. So something I suggest you do is you save a copy of the files, you know, the original files, in case you want that back. Because once you do this, if you don't save those files, unless you completely re-download the game, it will be lost. So yeah, I would save them first and then overwrite them. You know, put them in a folder in your documents or desktop, whatever, and then overwrite them from the mod into the game files. And now you will be able to play regular online multiplayer games with whoever you want. And you not need to have the mod. They will not. Your opponents will not see this, of course. It'll just be on your end. But there won't be any desync issues, at least as far as I'm aware. And right, there shouldn't be, because, for example, in Rome 1, originally we had, like, Bell's map and skin pack, where you could have the generals, and that didn't change anything. It didn't cause debug or anything. It's just, as long as it's a local change, you can do it. So, yeah, I'll link in the description a link to the mod. This is how you do it, and if you have any questions, comment them, and I'll try to solve them. But yeah, it's quite simple. I mean, the advantages are pretty clear. Obviously, I'll keep updating it with like other units. Also, like the cataphracts, like they have capes, so I can like color those. The problem is, like, editing the textures is not easy, and I'm not a professional by any means. So, yeah, it's not exactly the easiest thing to do. So that's why I'm just like fucking put in these colors. not not exact, not an exact science. Anyway, yeah, hope this is useful. Obviously, as more updates come out, I'll keep doing them, and it'll make things even better. Yep. Hope it is useful. Anyway, thanks, and see you in the next one. Peace.